Hey folks, I'm coming to you live. Just kidding. I have my apple cider vinegar tea, ACVT, using the organic apple cider vinegar with the mother, you know, the sediment in the bottom, all the vitamins and minerals and stuff, and shake it up in 2 tablespoons and a cup of hot water, and sweetener if you want it. And it's actually pretty good. You know, it's kind of like tart apples, right? I'm doing this for acid reflux, which I don't feel like I have, but which they're trying to blame partly for my cough. My goodness, this thing is just not, I tell you, I have the hardest time with all this, I swear. Anyway, I want to tell you about, I did the extended allergy testing, and they found out I'm allergic to about 10 more things. I'm allergic to everything on this property, just about, plus horses, dogs and cats. I have a cat, I have a dog. I've had dogs all my life. I've had horses, but I haven't had any horses in a long time, not since I was in college. But what it is they found out I'm allergic to all this stuff. And so what does he want to do? Well, first we're talking, he's a funny guy, he's a practical nurse guy. He's a funny guy. And we're talking about the treatment for these allergies. And first, let me say, if there's like 23 different allergies, and I've lived in the same place for 23 years, I haven't had these, I didn't develop these allergies back in March when I started coughing. That didn't just suddenly develop allergies to everything. I've had them all along, just not the cough. And maybe it has nothing to do with the cough. Maybe it is some kind of a acid reflux kind of thing that I can't feel at all. But the medication they gave me, omeprazole, I've quit taking that. That's the end. I'm not doing it anymore. It can cause dementia, and I forget what the other thing was. I can't even remember. Oh, it causes your bones to break. I already have osteoporosis, they say, even despite the fact that I've broken 2 bones. But anybody would have broken, not just somebody my age, but anybody would have broken. If a tree fell on you, you'd probably break something. I didn't pull a muscle. But anyway, they gave me an albuterol inhaler, which I couldn't even start using until yesterday after I had finished the allergy testing. And so I do this albuterol inhaler. They said I'm supposed to do 2 puffs every 4 hours. Every time I puff on that thing, I cough my head off. So I don't know if I'm going to do more than this 1 round. I'll give it a good try here, and that's it. If I've had allergies forever and ever, like it seems like I probably have, they couldn't have just all developed in less than a year ago. We just live with it. And apple cider vinegar for acid reflux. I don't prefer to swig it out of the bottle. I just prefer to have tea because it's pretty good. Put some sweetener in there. If you like honey, if you have honey, put some honey in there. It's pretty good. That's good tea. My therapeutic tea here. So here's what they wanted to do. No, but the funny guy, he goes, yeah, I know you, miss. I got to keep my window open all night. And I'm like, yes, I do. What's wrong with fresh air? He acts like, I said, I think it's healthier for you than recirculated stale air in your house. And he acts like, oh, no, that's where you're getting your allergies from, is the window open at night. No, it's not. That's where I'm getting my fresh air from. But he's a very funny guy. But anyway, he says, okay, here, he wants to, now that they've established that I have some allergies, he wants to put me on a 3-year allergy treatment. 3 years. I have to go into the clinic in the first year every single week for a shot. Every single week. I don't go into town every single week, period. I don't go into town but maybe every 3 to 4 weeks, and sometimes not even that. Somebody started a putt-putt engine over there. So I'm not going to tie myself to a 3-year program of allergy shots. But here's the kicker. The insurance will pay for that, okay? However, he said, well, there's allergy drops. We'll have it, what you're allergic to, they'll take it into account and they'll formulate your allergy drops and you will take those under your tongue. He said, the kicker is insurance doesn't pay for that. And he said, it can cost you about $125 a month. I'm like, huh? No. Now, I have an appointment in 4 months to check up on how I'm doing. But let me tell you, he's not going to be happy when I say I'm not doing allergy shots and I'm not doing allergy drops. I'm not doing it. I couldn't have developed these allergies all this year. I've had them ongoing and I haven't had this coughing fit until this year. So maybe it is acid reflux. Maybe it's something else entirely. Hence the ACVT. Not bad. So, that is the saga of the cough. Now, I promised you guys, I was going to talk about some coffee that I've been using. In all the, among all the things I'm allergic to, there's several kinds of molds, okay? And I don't have black mold in my house or anything like that. But, oh my goodness. I went on a search to find clean coffee that I could afford. That's the kicker. Meaning they regularly test their coffees for toxins and molds and whatnot. And it's kind of like got a little electric bicycle over there, looks like. The coffee's regularly tested for toxins and molds. And they are declared to be free of those harmful things. And I started on a journey to find that. And to find a good decaf too, because I've been drinking mostly decaf. A lot of times I'll mix a decaf with a regular, and depending on how much caffeine I want in it, I could put, most of them as decaf and one scoop of the caffeinated, or vice versa, whatever. And I found several I really, really like, and I wanted to tell you about them. Now, I don't have the bags for 2 of these. I've already used all the coffee in there. But one of them is called Bulletproof. It's the one I think I like best. It's regular. It's Bulletproof's original. Okay, they have a lot of different ones. They have some flavored ones. But this is original. And I'll put a picture of the bag up here. The kicker is, the first time I bought it, the bag was on sale. It was like $12 for, I don't remember if it's 10 or 12 ounces. Okay, it was like $12.95, and it was like $3-4 off. So I bought it then, and I thought, this is really good. It's very smooth. It's very low acid. And I liked it a lot. Well, since then, I haven't been able to find it on sale again. The normal price for that same bag is $16.99. That's kind of high to me. But it's a clean coffee. It's regularly tested for molds and toxins and all that kind of stuff. So, I love it. It has really nice notes in it. It's not a flavored coffee, but you can taste the, I think it's got cocoa or chocolate kind of note and caramel notes. Whatever. Anyway, it's very good. Okay, that's my favorite of these. Then I have the other one, I think, that's not decaf, that's regular, is Black Rifle, not Death Wish or anything. It's not Black something else, I can't remember, but Black Rifle. Most of the larger Walmarts will have it in stock. The variety of Black Rifle that we have been using is called Just Black. It's just a medium roast. We always use medium roast. My husband, we hate dark coffee, dark roast, can't stand it. At least the ones I've had, put it that way. So Black Rifle is also small batches, done in small batches, and so it's not, not a high toxin or anything like that. So Black Rifle has been a good one. Another one that I have had several bags of, and I will buy more, is the decaf version, and it only comes in whole bean. I have a grinder. It's just a grinder don't cost much. It's just a little grinder, and so I bought Gravity coffee, and here's my empty bag of Gravity right here. Gravity coffee. All right. This is Swiss water decaf. It's not decaffeinated with chemicals like Folgers is. Folgers smells like chemicals and it tastes like chemicals. This is whole bean decaf. This is Gravity Signature Blend. It comes off the West Coast, and I order it through Walmart. This is how many ounces is this? Can't remember. Is it 10 ounces? No, this is a 12-ounce bag. This is a 12-ounce bag, and it cost me $11.89. I think it's 11 something, $11.89, I believe. So Gravity coffee. This is like my third bag, and it's good. Swiss water decaf, very smooth, very, very smooth. I forgot it had notes. It said the description isn't on this bag, but it used to say notes of cocoa, vanilla, I forget what it was, but it's got a really nice smooth flavor, low acid, and Swiss water decaf, no chemicals. Doesn't taste like chemicals, smells great. I'd recommend that. And there was another one. Which is the other one? I've tried Peet's, P-E-E-T apostrophe S. Walmart sells that in the Big Bang version. It's not the dark roast. It's called Big Bang. It's very smooth too, and it's considered a clean coffee. So I would recommend those. I love Bulletproof best. I love the Gravity coffee for decaf. So Black Rifle is excellent. Peet's is pretty good too. So I haven't had it. You know, you're talking about acid reflux. You want a low acid coffee, and you want a clean coffee. And I kept thinking, if I've got allergies to molds and such, you know, I just definitely want a clean coffee, even though it costs more. It costs more than McCafe, and it costs more than Folgers, and neither one of those are clean coffees. Okay, are you ready for an old-fashioned rant? Yeah, I had one in Walmart today. Okay, I had it in my mind I was going to buy one of these vests because I don't like whole coats, and because they bug me in the shoulders. Always bug me. I was always moving like this because I felt uncomfortable. Well, I wanted one of these vests. I thought I can wear a sweatshirt under it. I can wear a sweater under it. I can wear one of these little thin shirts that I like under it. And I wanted a vest. So I'm looking online. I couldn't find one. Looking at Tractor Supply, and they're very expensive. Definitely better quality. And I go to Walmart today because we needed to get some stuff, and I was looking for a vest. I didn't think they had any. I found these vests, okay? Cheap quality. This is Avia. This is the Avia brand. Has a hood and everything. They had some of these. They had a bunch of these. They had the green ones. They had a beigey looking one that almost looked pink, and they had black, and I forget something else, and this. And I thought, well, this is good. This is a decent color. It's got a pocket, you know, all that. So, let me tell you. I go to look up the price of it on the tag. Do you see? There is no price. That's the only tag on the jackets. There's not even a price on above the racks. They got 3 rows of these things, and there's no price listed anywhere. And I'm complaining, and the lady goes, "Oh," she said, "do you want me to check the price for you?" I said, "Well, you shouldn't have to." And she said, "Yeah, but they want you to use the app." I said, "Well, what if you don't have a cell phone? What if you don't have a cell phone and you don't, or you don't have a scanning program? I mean, you have to have a scanner type thing I guess. I don't know. I don't live my life with a pocket device, as you know. So I'm going, you shouldn't have to look for the price for an item. But let me tell you, I had another run-in with another employee. Let me tell you, she was kind of snippy. And I thought, well, you know, somebody told my husband, "Oh, I want to get him one of those heated vests that has like a USB and it heats up inside." And so they don't have one on. You know, he was looking for it in Walmart. And he said, "Well, somebody told me how to go to Sporting Goods." And I went, "Okay, let's go to Sporting Goods." Well, of course, they have this camo, right? And there's a whole row of these things. It's camo, it's orange lined, it's camo, and it's not what he wanted, but I was going to look at it. And so it was okay quality. So I look at the tags. I'm like, there's like 4 tags on this vest, okay? 4 tags. And I'm looking through them. I said, there's no price on here. Not on any of these tags. I said, and I looked, I said, there's no price anywhere, okay? And the lady said, well, the price, she said, oh, the price is there. I said, I'm looking at the tags. I said, where on these tags is the price? She goes, it's behind it. Behind it? I said, where behind it? And she pulls all these, it's like this much thickness in that thing, all the stuff that's on the rack, and she pulls them forward, and she pulls out this little placard thing that's got a vertical row of prices. A vertical row of prices. How do I know which price goes with which item? She said, well, that's just the way they're going to do it now. I said, what if you don't want to use an app? What if you don't even have a cell phone? And she acted like, well, you should just go along with it. You should just go along with what's going on here. And I'm like, I don't like that. Employees shouldn't have to make excuses for their employer like these people are having to do. This lady wouldn't care. She was getting really defensive. She said, well, I didn't do it. I said, I didn't say you did it. I said, I know you don't do this. But this is ridiculous. Why does the customer have to look for a price? And let me tell you what the good thing for Walmart is with this. Because Walmart has been guilty of actually taking the price tags off. Not putting things on without a price tag, but taking price tags that are on there off. People have come across these things. You know how on the clothing would have the little thing and there's a little tear off at the bottom that has the actual price on it? They've been instructed to go through and tear off all those prices. So people have to use an app on their phone. First off, if you use an app, I'm not convinced that you can't be tracked by your phone number when you use that app. Okay? They're knowing exactly what you buy. Even if you want to pay cash up front, if you scan that, they have a record of everything you've bought. And they want you to scan everything now. And they definitely want you to scan it because they're not only not putting the prices on the item, they are also not putting them anywhere in the area. I don't have to dig through 15 vests to find a price in the back and then have a list of 5 prices and I don't know which one goes with this vest. Here's another thing that's good for Walmart. You know when you have a shelf sticker and then you have a price and the thing rings up different. The price it rings up this like the shelf sticker and it's different than the tag on the item. You can get it for whichever one you want. Basically, it's like you can say this is not what this is ringing up. This is not what the tag says. It's $5 less or something like that, right? The tag says it's $5 less than what that just rang up. You know that this thing does when they take the price tags off? You can pick up an item that's $25 and you look through the thing and you find the price. And you scan it or whatever with your little device, and then by the time you get to checkout, it can be $5 more than that. They can change the prices before you get to checkout, and you have nothing to argue over because you don't have a price. You have nothing. So this is all for Walmart's benefit, not the customer. They're making the customer do the employees' jobs, and I don't like it. Employees shouldn't have to make excuses for this company, and it just, you know, you don't have a lot of choices in some rural areas as to what you view. We've got Walmarts everywhere. I mean, I've got a Walmart, 12 miles away a Walmart, 16 miles away a Walmart, 22 miles away. So I'm surrounded with Walmarts. The one in my town is little. It's only got one entrance. It's very small. It's not like one of those express ones, but it's the next step up. So I am angry about this, and I'm going to call it the Walmart scan scam. Because the prices, you'll never be able to argue with the price again because the computer will always win. And I don't like that. I don't appreciate that. On top of that, you women know that most Walmarts you go to, their makeup aisles are all locked up behind glass with they're key locked behind glass. And in this particular Walmart I was in today, they have it actually, the whole department is like roped off and you have to pass right by you have to pass right by the checkout to check out before you can walk out of there. Basically, they're treating every customer like a shoplifter. They are putting suspicion onto you as an honest customer who just wants to be able to go through and see the shades of these things and see which one you want. Because they're getting things stolen, obviously. Yes, they are. But you know what? Where's all the security? Where's the security? Why don't you have a security guard up there? So you're not inconveniencing the customers who would never steal from you. That torques me too. And I know for a fact that people go in there and they're trying to get something out of a locked cabinet, and they're supposed to ring for assistance if there's nobody standing at the register, and they ding 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 on that little bell or whatever all day long, and guess what happens? Nobody comes, and what happens then? They walk out without making a purchase. So Walmart is not going to save money by treating every honest customer as a shoplifter. In the end, it bites them in the where. And that just really made me angry. And I thought, first of all, why don't you instruct your employees that they're not to argue and be defensive over your new policy for the store? They're not supposed to be your bulldogs. They're supposed to sympathize with the customer. Don't argue with the customer. In this case, the customer is always right. Don't argue with this customer. Say, I know it's terrible, isn't it? I can't do anything about it, but maybe you should call corporate. I didn't get that. I got, well, that's just the way it is. And I'm like, lady, you need an attitude adjustment. And I wasn't mean. And I said, I didn't say it was your fault. I said, I don't like this. This is not right to do to customers, to make them do all the work. Well, the price is there. Where? Behind it? Behind it? Hidden? I didn't even know there was anything back there. The whole rack was full. So that's my rant for the day. Walmart corporate needs a nice, strongly worded letter for all the dang good it's going to do me. I'm not going to scan it. I'm going to make somebody do it. You know what I think? What you ought to do is I should have taken all them vests and stuck them in my cart. and walked up to the cash register, and I said, now, if there's not a price tag on any of these, I'm not going to buy anything unless it's got a price tag on it. So you find me a price tag. And you know they can't because there's no price tag. And I'm going to say, well, too bad for you. You're going to have to put them all back. Bye. See ya. I'm sorry. The thing is, people accept things too readily now. They just bow to this. Well, that's just the way it is. It will be unless you say something, unless you put your foot down. Oh, no, you've got to help a cell phone. You've got to scan this and scan that. With my purse. Where in the purse do you see a cell phone? Where do you see one? Where do you see one? You mean I can't buy it unless I own an expensive device and pay a monthly plan? That's basically what they're saying. Because they can't track you if you don't have one. This is the way to get you tracked, even if you pay cash for your items. Just my humble opinion. You know, if you don't mind, you can go ahead. But no, I'm not at all happy about that. At least online, you can see what the price is. You can see what the price is online. So I don't think anybody should be shopping in the store. You're locked out of half the departments. You got snippy salespeople. You might as well buy online. So anyway, that's my rant for the day. Do you feel the same? I bet you a lot of you do. I bet a lot of you do. I do have another vest that I wanted to buy online, and I don't really care for the hood on this one. I'm not a hood person, but I might just buy that one too, because that one was brown, and I want a brown one. I got the green one. It's okay, but you know, it didn't have a price, and I had to go through a lot of trouble to find out what the dang price was. And why are you wasting employees' time and paying them to go remove price tags from everything? How is that helping you, except that you can change the price before they get to the counter? Just saying. So, there you go. Now, to wrap this up, Nathaniel has a new home. This guy, I put him up on 2 different chicken sites on Facebook. I said, he's just odd man out. He's annoying me. He's got a thing about me and my shoes and my, you know, he's just got a thing about my shoes. And he's always untying my boots or stalking me. And then before he even got here, Nathaniel had blogged me. My knee inside of my knee has got a giant welt on it. It's all bruised up because he hit me hard. And I told him, I said, you know, it's full disclosure. He just flogged me today. He had never done that before. He was just a stalker. But he said, well, they always find somebody to hate. He was so thrilled to get a rooster of Nathaniel's quality for his girls he's getting from another breeder who lives about an hour from me. I contacted him when I was looking for hatching eggs last fall, and it's been about a year now. And he said, I don't even know they're fertile right now. You know, he had a young group. That's what breeders do. They don't keep the same birds. They change them out. They'll hatch a whole bunch. They put the breeding groups. They'll breed from those, sell hatching eggs, sell the birds, and then they'll just sell out, or process them, or whatever they do. I don't run my chicken flocks like that. But I'm not I'm a breeder per se, but I'm a backyard breeder. But anyway, he was so thrilled. He said, you don't find roosters of this quality. You just don't find. He said, I've been looking. And he said, when he popped up, I thought, oh, hallelujah. And he said, I can't. And I said, yeah. And I told him about Jamie. I said, well, he sells his cockerels for his breeding cockerels for like $50 to $75 each. And he goes, oh my gosh. He goes, here, take this money before you change your mind. Because I told him a very low price. I said, I called it a voluntary feed donation. He was just thrilled. Young guy, his wife, really young wife, and they're getting some beautiful quality hens, and he wanted a rooster of the same quality. Well, now he's got one, and I hope Nathaniel doesn't blow it. But he's prepared. He's fully prepared. He understands what happened with Nathaniel. And I told him why his name was Nathaniel. The thing about, Hawkeye from Last Mohicans, his real name was Nathaniel. My first rooster was named Hawkeye, and he was a barred rock, and the whole thing. He thought that was quite interesting. But I said, he just doesn't know his. I just tell you that because he knows his name. It's like, you do Nathaniel. He looks up at you, right? He goes, yes. Anyway, so Angus is by himself now. I have now had my final finished breeding group. I have Angus and 3 girls. I should have had 4, but poor Tallulah developed this mysterious this bacterial infection, and and she's gone. So I only had the 3 girls. In the spring, I hope to have more. I hope to hatch some from these girls in the spring. I'm going to let them mature a little bit over the wintertime, and hopefully by the time spring rolls around, we'll be ready to hatch a new batch. And I'll probably have to store eggs until I do, because to collect hatching eggs, I'm going to have to not eat them, obviously. And I think I'm going to do what I mentioned. I think I mentioned this before, that I was going to think about getting some sexed pullets, the ones that it's not 100%, they still make a mistake on that. Had a mistake one time with a light Brahma. He was sexed as a pullet, and he was a big, I wish I kept him because I just love the Brahmas later. But anyway, so I think I'm going to some sex pullets from the co-op. They get from 2 hatcheries I'm not really thrilled with, one of them especially I'm not, but it's just for laying, it's not for breeding. But it also gives Angus more girls to it gives him more girls to take care of and to spread the love around between, you know, he's a very big boy, and it'd be better if he had some more girls besides 3. And that's another reason I thought it would be good to go ahead and rehome Nathaniel. He's just too much for the girls that I have. Anyway, that's what so the coffees, I want to mention the the allergy treatment that I'm doing the ACV for any acid reflux, and we'll see what happens with that, if that's the problem. I don't feel heartburn. That's the thing, I just don't feel any heartburn. I think my coughing has gotten a tiny bit better, though, honestly. I really, in the last few days, I think it's getting a little better. I've been taking the omeprazole. Yeah, I did. I did like I put the things in my little vitamin thing for a week. I have to take the thyroid pill. That goes in there. Every few days, I'll put in a D3 and oh gosh, I can't think of it. D3K2 combination capsule. I was getting too high of vitamin D, believe it or not. That's a rare thing. I had to back off of that, but it's in there, and I put that in there for about a week, and I'm going to see what happens. I've already been taking it for a week. I think it was a week more I put in there, and then I'll see what happens. But if in case that's, I can't take that forever. I just can't. The side effects are too bad. So ACVT. I don't want to find other ways that they say to eliminate heartburn. I think probably it could be there's dairy. A little bit of dairy is too much for me, but I've never had a problem with dairy, so that might be another new problem I've developed. I don't know. Hard to say. So there you go. That's what's been going on all those fronts, and I'll catch y'all later. It's almost 30 minutes. It might seem faster than that when I speed up the sound just a teeny bit. May not take that long, but that's it. So how do you feel about the Walmart scam? Huh? What do you think about it? Do you think customer will be the one who have to go look for a price to buy something? The only way you can not have to do that is to go online and not have to do that. The employee snippy attitudes either. See y'all later. Bye.
Hey Bash, what you doing under there, buddy? What you doing under there, huh? You want Mama to take you inside? It's about time for you to go in. You're just chilling in the breeze, aren't you? It's like spring out here. Hello, old man. Hey, sweet boy.